Oh, we're gonna jump. We're gonna jump straight back in, and we're gonna join Slate and Gecko. Firstly, Gecko, what are you doing now?
I'm getting out of here. I don't know what's going on with the ghost. If it was personal, or if this place is just starting to get haunted. But trying to regroup with the other and just leave.
As you step out, you see you could just about make out the silhouettes and shadow of Slate and the level below you. Other side of the room, you see an Imperial officer. There is no sign of Ghost at this point.
Okay,
you are aware of a tapping and looking, glancing up. Slanted sits in the very center of the window, the skylight type roof, and against it, the beak of a Deathseeker crow just tapping against the glass. Flutter of wings, and another one joins it.
Do they mean something in the scroll?
The Deathseeker crows are the they find bodies when those bells toll. Bellwether Crematorium. They mark the arrival of the spirit wardens.
Okay, so there's no time to waste. I'm going to walk towards Slate.
So between going down the stairs, that will put an Imperial officer between you and Slate. You're on the floor above.
Okay, so it's Brian time again.
What are you doing this time? You're running another distraction.
Yeah, basically I want him to either chase the snake or just run away screaming. I'd rather not him scream, but I'll take what I get. So 3d6 again?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, there's a 6.
As the snake slithers down the stairs, head sways as it rounds the bottom of the stairs, begins to move under the table in that one of the many workshop desks, as that officer once again spots the movement, and again, pistol, pepperbox revolver drawn, tentatively begins to walk towards it.
While he's busy, I'm going to crawl to the other side.
Absolutely, and as you drop into the shadows, you see that nearby to Slate, the hull, the torso of the hull, one arm detached and lying on the floor several feet away, is jolting, the head moving back and forth, these very snappy, sharp movements as it's seemingly kind of like trying to engage parts of the anatomy which like its legs which aren't present.
Okay.
Slate, what are you doing?
Ooh, so it's dark all around, right?
It's shadowy, yes, and at the moment you're
Shadow.
folded back into, you'll become one with the darkness, and you could just in front of you, you see this form kind of, again, jolting with their snappy head movements.
Okay.
Eyes now glowing with this azure blue.
I'm gonna try to. The easy solution is not the best one. I'm gonna pull out like these opera glasses looking thing. And I'm just gonna and it's what's this called? Dark side goggles. I'm just gonna look around the room and try to find anything I can take with me. If it's arms or like anything else in here. It's not gonna engage
Okay,
with.
yeah, maybe that check either +1 or a greater effect. Which would you like to?
I'll take the greater effect.
Okay.
Oh. I'll take the +1, never mind.
Okay. So probably a survey or a study.
Okay.
Success with a complication. As you notice a few items. Is there anything you're looking for in particular? Is it things of value?
Probably like weapons or armor, or of course the highest bill is like an alternate arm where I can get an arm, but yeah, also weapons and armor.
So nearby you, on a rack on a rack just sitting above a bench, are 3 of those pepper box revolvers that look like they've been there's one that's dismantled, and a quick cursory glance reveals that it is undergoing a finessing in the design. These look to be double action, so the need to pull back the hammer after each shot is removed.
Ooh. How far away would this be from me?
Those few feet. This is sort of what's in the immediate vicinity. There's a lamp on on that table, which is on that particular workbench, which has been switched off. So, plunging into darkness. It's only when you see it and everything is brought into light once again as you look through the dark sight goggles. Everything's like thrown into this blue-green light.
Yeah. Put this away. I'll go over to those pepper boxes and just take all 3 of them. Why not?
And as you load up, putting them into belts, you hear the clatter as the hole breaks free and begins like kind of clawing its way towards you, and you feel the clamp around as the hand grabs you around the ankle. That crash brings
these work. Boom.
Sorry?
Oh. Sorry, you cut out. What were we saying? Sorry.
The hole like breaks free, like falls to the ground, and it's like clawing its way along. It's gone full Terminator, one arm, and it's like reaching out, about to grab you around the ankle.
Would the silence still be going on?
No, not at this point. There's that crash you see from above. Gecko, you would see the officer with that crash turns, and just like at the moment, view is obscured by this workbench. Sees that the hull is missing, begins advancing, gun drawn. And
Okay.
I'm going to let's make a magnitude check. Oh, would you like to resist or take armor as a single shot goes off? At the moment, firing into the darkness. That was a.
I'll use would this be special armor use?
What's your special armor?
Or just armor?
What's your special? Do you have a special?
We
armor
have one,
skill?
right?
You've got the one that lets you
No.
smoke bomb out.
Oh, okay.
But you can take armor as a gunshot is fired.
Yeah. I'll take armor.
Would you like to resist as well?
Yeah.
Which will negate all damage.
This would. 2, 3, 4. What would I be? No, this would be all the same.
Otherwise-
Try. Yeah, let's resist. Why not?
Okay, so
I'm gonna
I'll
regret
prowess
this.
resistance.
Okay.
2 stress. Oh, 0 stress. Yes, of course. Sorry,
Oh.
I looked at the first 4. No. As the air, as the wall just to the side of your head, it sort of explodes slightly with this puff of dust as the brick is just a bullet just lodges into the brickwork. Gunshot rings out across the carrying the echoing boom, like carrying up the entire height of the building. Gecko.
Can I shoot him?
Go for it, make that check.
Is it
Hunt. This is Hunt.
hunt? Okay. Going to push myself this time.
Okay, this is. Oh, I was going to say, it is limited effect. They're Imperial Cavalry. They, as your gunshot rings out, I would say make a. Would you like to make a resistance as he is going to shoot back?
Yeah.
Would you like to take armor?
Also.
Yes. Okay, maybe a prowess check as he turns. Gunshot rings out. He throws himself behind another workbench, and leans out, takes 2 shots, and very nice as you duck into cover yourself. I would say with all this going on, let's jump back to Slate. What would you like to do as all this is going on? You've got a moment where you can get out, but you do have a thing grabbing your foot
Right.
as it's
Grabbing me. Oh. Fiberbox fight. Pull out the one I just picked up. One of the ones I just picked up and just shoot.
Okay, make me a check again. Limited effect. This thing is armored,
Mm-hmm.
so you can push yourself for a normal effect if you like. Or
That's fine. Let's just go with the limited effect.
As bullets just ricochet off, there's a couple of dents that appear in the head as it cocks its head towards you, and with that arm just pulls you down to the ground and begins just hammering at your chest. You feel the first one, you feel ribs give way as there's this crunch as you can taste blood at the back of your mouth.
Ow.
And that will be a level 2 harm.
So true. Okay.
Oh, back to Gecko. Currently in cover, this exchange of gunfire.
Well, at this point, I'm just going to shoot him again. Oh, the bullets that I have, do they fit into my gun?
Sure, why not?
I want to try them.
Okay, let's do. Would you like greater effect or would you like a bonus die?
Greater effect. I'm going to push myself at the same time.
Okay, so this makes it a normal effect because usually it's limited. But these are
Okay.
Imperial Cavalry high impact rounds. As you hastily kind of snap these bullets into the chamber,
5.
and as he leans out to take a shot, there is you take your time, you wait for the moment, and around you, time itself seems to almost slow down. All you hear is your breathing, and as you exhale, take the shot, wings him across the shoulder as he ducks out and instantly goes back in. You hear the cry of pain as there's a crash as the double doors are thrown open and the black-robed figures walk in, spirit wardens, surrounded as the air fills with several Deathseeker crows that flock into the building around you.
Oopsie. Okay.
Let's go to. Sorry, I just stood there. Let's go to Slate. Let's. Bearing in mind you've got -1 on prowess checks.
I'm going to look at the thing that's like grabbing my leg and seeing Gecko just shoot at the shoulder. That gives me an idea. If you don't want to let go of me, I'm gonna point the pepper box right at the joint of the shoulder of the hull and hope.
It's kind of on top of you, like I said, it's just
okay.
slamming down. The hand is like on top, the body's on top
Okay.
of you, the hand is going like into your chest repeatedly. So yes, you've got that kind of close range.
Mhm.
You can see joints in the shoulder, you can see joints in the neck. The joints just kind of clacking together at the moment.
Yeah, I guess I'll just wrestle it off of me. The one that makes.
Make me that check. Again, desperate action here.
Yep. This is not a good roll for me. I'll push myself for a bonus die.
Do it.
Damn.
Oh, as it reaches up again, it's pepperbox straight in, like under the jaw. Pull the trigger, and the head like falls to one side, jaw still clacking as it.
Oh wow. Special armor. Can I do that?
Just do
I'm
it,
out
yeah.
now.
As
Yeah,
from the
I'm out of
other
here.
side. From the other side, as it reaches back for another heavy blow, just dust smoke just fills the air. And Slate, when it cracks down, breaking the tiled floor, and Slate has gone. Gecko.
Well, I think that's my cue as well. I'm going to grab Ryan and use if I can use the armor as well, and oh,
As the wardens move in unison, the air fills with feathers that flit around, and as that officer turns, points the gun out, as once again the smoke begins to dissipate. He stands, gun still trained on where you were. And nothing is there. As he limps forward towards the wardens who brush past him, heading towards where the body of the infantryman was choked out, not minutes previously. And we're going to call this... It's roughly a day later where Battered Crow first to arrive at the basement office finds a bundled, wrapped in canvas sack and brown paper, a large object which you sort of go to pick up, assuming is a delivery, and realizing that it takes both hands to carry it. Just a note attached reads, "Kind regards."
Pro, make sure it's inside the basement, or is it like outside?
It's so when you arrive, it's been placed up by the basement itself is this stairway down from the street level, and then it's been placed up, so it's just this like kind of overhang in the front door. It's just been placed up against the door frame, keeping out the rain, but just to look like a regular delivery.
Well, with that, Crow would bring it inside, place it on the table, and then open the package.
The components all present. The plating still is only hooked over where it needs to sit, and at the moment doesn't have any obvious... There's some work that needs to be done.
Well, Crow was a leech at some point in his life. So, kind of takes stock of things, trying to see, okay, this should connect here. Do you want to roll to see how well he's understanding? Because this is a little bit more advanced than anything Nathan has ever worked on.
Of course. What I'll say is this is basically the final roll where we're going to roll for... So you roll tier, and then it's... And it might be additional to... what what tier would you like to make this to? Because you might have to spend coin on it, because it might be that for this kind of engineering, you're going to have to buy in new tools. You're going to need to buy new equipment. You're going to have to buy a few component pieces.
How much coin do we have to spend?
How much did you pay the Wraiths? Remind me.
I think it was 12.
I think so. So
We have like 3.
3 coins. So that will take you to worst possible roll means that you can spend all of that, and it will take you to tier 5. I believe you're a tier 3 organization.
Oh, we're classified tier 3. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, you're starting off with the intermediate between that sort of blue coat territory. So you're operating as part of the City Watch. So you fall into that tier.
All right, so I would roll 3 die, and then
You roll 3 die. You take the highest results, and
then add coin.
A 1, 2, or 3. Yes, so a 1, 2, or 3 is 1 tier lower. The 4 or 5 is equal to. A 6 is 1 tier higher, and a crit is 2 tiers higher.
See. I before E, except after C. Okay, yeah, we're spending we're spending coin here.
How much would you like to spend?
So let's do 2 coin for 1 tier higher. I don't want to break. I don't want to break our bank completely.
It's one. That would be 2 tiers higher. It's 1 to 1. It's 2 coins, 2 tiers.
Yeah, and this would be 1 tier higher because I rolled a 2, so that's -1.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry. Yeah. So you're going to tier 4. Okay.
Yeah, I was already doing the math.
Yeah, that makes sense. So tier 4 item. So
not as good as the Imperial military would have done, but you know, I did what I could.
this is unfortunately with what you've got is, if you ever want to use this, so it's capable of more. But when Gaz wants to use it specifically, you will need to roll tier rather than a skirmish or anything else, because it can be unreliable. It can lock up, it can.
So would I be rolling tier 4 or tier 3? Is it my tier or its tier?
It's tier. So you roll tier 4,
Okay.
but it's only when you use it specifically.
Got it.
So, like a standard skirmish roll, you would still be using your good arm, the rest of your body, so it's not necessarily falling into that as well. But yeah, you can obviously push this a little bit harder. Where has Gaz been staying as well?
You know, I don't know if much of his day-to-day would have changed. He just wouldn't be getting in any underground fights. He would still be frequenting the bar. I assume he got a few pity drinks here and there. Other than that, he'd probably be over at the office more, because he doesn't really want to be out on the streets and meet someone that has a bad impression of him when he is down and beaten. So he'd probably be sticking around trying to make himself useful. Surprisingly, losing an arm was the best thing that could have happened to his productivity around the office. He's trying to lay low.
Arriving in, and it's arriving in with the pinned up sleeve. The first thing you see is the shower of sparks from a plasmic welding gun, as the usual mask of Battered Crow has been replaced with a full face welding mask. Just a little window for the eyes. As he makes the final completions. Checking it, oiling the joints, lifting each finger individually. Crow. Suddenly aware that, locked into the process as you were, that Gaz has once again joined you.
Having finished that little bit, I would probably turn to look over at Gaz and be like, well, you ready for your fitting?
Huh? This bute's for me. Haha! I don't know. I think he just rips off the sleeve. He doesn't even try to like unpin it. He just goes straight at the shoulder and just takes it off.
Now.
And
Strap me up, Doc.
Now, I need to preface this with saying I am not a Sparkright. I did what I could with my knowledge, but this thing could be temperamental, for all I know.
Okay, slightly less on board, but let's keep going.
I don't think it's gonna, like, turn around and strangle you or anything like that.
I'd rather you not put that out in the list of possibilities, okay?
I'm saying it's not going to. I'm not. And with that, I begin doing whatever clamps and surgical procedure I need to do. Assuming that it's a surgical procedure, obviously I would make sure.
Slightly.
My last experience with your handiwork got us in this situation, so...
It's mainly like the harness that kind of fits over the torso, and then there's like it's your additional bits so that it can be used with a human rather than with a hull as originally intended. And the instruction of drink this as Gaz, could you give me an attune roll, please? Sorry to ask for something specifically, but it's...
Sure can. Gonna push myself. Gaz doesn't like the spooky things. He's not bad at it, though.
Apparently.
Absolutely. The whatever you just drunk is incredibly bitter, and everything seems the color seems to bleed away from the world for a brief moment. Closing your eyes and opening them again. Once again, everything seems to be normal. But where you could feel yourself moving your fingers, bending your elbow, flexing your hand, now the machine responds.
Huh. That's crazy. How firmly is this strapped in? Is it...
So there's two belts that sit around where the arm stub, and then there's a harness that goes from those over the body, like almost like a gun holster. So one down and then across.
So it can hold load. Like it's
can.
okay.
So you're saying it can or it or it
It
can't.
can, right?
Yeah, you could tuck stuff into the straps and all sorts of things.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna, I guess, I look for any piece of unexpensive furniture and just like punch it.
Make me a check.
It's the first thing you gotta do with a robo hand. I mean, obviously.
Gotta hit something. And
Yeah.
thankfully, he has chosen not to hit the doctor.
Would I roll
Tier.
skirmish or 46?
4d6.
Okay.
Because you're exclusively using the arm.
There's a crunch and a bit of grinding, but you safely go through the back of the chair. You sort of pick picking it up by, it's just a wooden standard sort of dining chair. As you sort of take your hand out, and there's 3 of the round support back pieces are just splinters on the floor behind it.
Well, that's my chair now. Wow, thanks you so much, Crow. I did not expect this. Really didn't.
Crow that. Oh, just to crow that grinding did not sound healthy.
Not great at the whole touchy-feely stuff, but I really appreciate it, man. As he keeps on moving the arms, and I'm guessing it keeps on making more and more worrying sounds.
It's like occasionally there's a creak, and also the delicate stuff is really difficult. It's trying to pick up. There's the moment of trying to pick up a cup, and you hold it for a moment, and then everything just rolls around. It's like, and then you try and grab it tighter, and you just shatter this thing into ceramic shards.
It will take some time getting used to, as well.
Okay.
Especially, I don't believe that you can feel anything you're doing with it, so fine motor skills are going to be, well, let's just call it a learning period. But there's
Can
nothing...
I feel anything?
You've essentially got it's working the way it would work.
Because I'm wondering if that's part of what the potion did.
The drink itself technically was a Leviathan blood concoction. It allowed you to link with it, so to speak.
Bluetooth pairing.
Yes, absolutely. It's a you gotta love Leviathan blood. It's just magic MacGuffin, does whatever you need it to.
Okay. So is that a no for the feeling?
You've got that, like I say, you've got that sort of phantom limb, so you're aware of what you're doing, but you're feeling it. But when you do it with this hand, it's like there's a disconnect because you pick something up and you don't feel yourself picking it up. You just see yourself.
Okay. Cool.
And it seems to lack that fidelity of being able to do delicate writing. Will probably be difficult initially.
What? Okay, I'm sorry.
Punching through chairs seems to be very, very simple.
Yes. No, it worked very well. Is this like, what type of metal is this? Is this like gleaming copper or something?
No, it's a. This would be a untreated steel. Bearing in mind these were more prototype stuff. Copper's quite weak.
Right. I just immediately go to steampunk. I'm sorry. Just brass and gears and steam and shit.
Copper is a terrible choice of metal if you want it to actually have any kind of resistance.
It looks cool though.
Yeah,
I don't really have anything else to do with my new arm here. I guess I don't know if I want to strut around town with it, though. I'd probably go find another sleeve to put on.
And as a few days roll by, it becomes more and more part of second nature. And it's then that you receive a usual weekly check-in as Cleland walks into the office space, nods to Battle Crow, looks towards Gaz with the new fitted arm, and smiles at Sasha. Well, trust everything's going well, and can't help but notice your associate's got a new arm. Freddie told me about could have used one of those. Gives you a wink and Universal. Be on my way. As he leaves, the four of you once again gather together, begin to enact the next stage of the Imperative's ongoing operation.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Blades in the Dark, What Happens in the Dusk, part of the Domain Gaming, written and told by Livespark. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter.
You've heard the Silent Song.
We all have the legend, the curses.
Some foolishness about a world as it was meant to be.
A city of ghosts.
An illusion that you can begin again.
How much would you give for silence?